ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The run from the shotgun. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Looking to throw, it's Childs. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Touchdown, Clemson. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. We've got a lot of ball left to play. We've got to keep going.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The give on the option. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The Mustangs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass, it's Childs. It's complete on the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And the Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, SMU! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35.
On the set.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Turning it on! Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality, get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Quarterback moving. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Great spot to attack there, right off the turnover. Try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Under fire. Sets up the screen. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Clemson is quick to the line. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference.
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. They want to throw it. Here's a heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Makes the grab. It's Payne. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Making side adjustments here. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll pull it down and run.
Man, he was going to get his jaw jacked. He got down just in time.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
It is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. South Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Columbia, one of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the option. Now the toss. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Wants to throw. It's Child. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The Mustangs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Offense changing the play. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Dumps it to the back. Got his man down the middle. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Fires to the wideout. Fired in there, but incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Under fire. He's going to take off. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
You honestly can't really do it better than that. You can't. I mean, that was designed to be a pass play. Give the defense credit. They get some pressure, but this guy's just too good. He just instinctively knows when he needs to scramble and get out of dodge. And at that point, he's making good decisions. If a guy's open, he's throwing it. But if it's not, he's not even hesitating. I'm going to go get what I can get a first down with my speed and athleticism. Let's keep this drive rolling.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
from the red zone, looking for a space. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the wideout. The give on the inside. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And you know what? The best third down offense is don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tiger.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they tack on the extra point to cut the lead to 21-17. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Dropping back, it's Childs. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. From the gun, running back on the move. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Quarterback gets the first down. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. And when I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air, but now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the first down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything with that.
He's got the tight end. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Goes to the option. The pitch. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it right, but if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
We We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, SMU.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. They're trying to slam it in. Touchdown, Mustangs! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. He's open on the right.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Hines is back in the middle. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. He unleashes a long one. He's got it down the left. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pocket breaking down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get it. There he goes! He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they will, and that's why they got the first down.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the ground game. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Clemson! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That's the kind of skill that makes guys stars. The improvisational skills, the blinding speed, the ability to make the big play and make defenses look silly.
Just straight silly. I mean, what do you want me to do? You put a guy that's that athletic, that fast at the quarterback spot. Now you're telling me to defend the run, defend the pass, defend the scrambles. I mean, goodness gracious. I don't know what you want a defense to do. There's no stopping that guy.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to Syracuse. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Childs. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
They'll try the run. Oh, what a caught! Touchdown, Tigers! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. When you're handed a break
break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. He threw it big the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Looking downfield on first down. Rush is on him. Trying to make magic with his feet. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
At the 33.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution. Dual threat quarterbacks. You're seeing two great examples in this game so far.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
That's why you got to study your playbook. For all young quarterbacks out there watching, you're not always going to be able to throw it to the intended target. You've got to know where your check down options are because you're going to get hit at some point. You've got to be able to get rid of it. Nice job understanding the playbook.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll run it from the gun.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job on it.
And the Mustangs will snap it on first and 10. Back to throw, it's Childs. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. It's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
Those are those opportunities in the game. You got a chance to take points off the board, make a big play, and you just couldn't squeeze the interception. That's one of those plays coaches come back to, talk about, say, think if we get this pick and we start taking this the other direction and we take points off of the scoreboard.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Got could have cut the deficit in half if that field goal had been good, still down by 6. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They'll go to the ground. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
They're going to ride this running back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And I tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
From the shotgun, the inside give. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
Let's go!
Hand off from the shotgun. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the ground with the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff from the gun. Smashes through the tackle. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line.
That keeps the score. Clemson 40, SMU 28.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, Clemson! And they score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And the point after is good. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The kick coverage team was ready and in their lanes, and he would have been better off just to take a knee in the end zone. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots, keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that, you're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. The Mustangs want to move quickly. Looking downfield, it's Childs. Makes the grab down the middle. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
Back to pass on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Thomas. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Bringing the heat. Forced out of the pocket. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Childs. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, SMU!
This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. To the air, it's Childs. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Man, what a great play by the defender there. Big-time players make big plays in big games, and against an outstanding wide receiver one-on-one, he's able to knock the ball away and force an incompletion late in the game with everything on the line.
Fires left. Got his man downfield. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the wideout. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
4 wideout set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davis. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Here comes the heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To the air. It's Childs. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. Into the end zone for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.